Welcome back to episode 4 of the Orks of Gork and Mork, you beautiful people. So last couple episodes we have been dealing with a massive insectoid infestation. And they kept coming in over here and cost us a lot of orcs over a stretched out running skirmish. There's a lot of battles going on, but finally we managed to defeat them, and then they respawned, and then we managed to defeat them again. And we did lose this orc here, who was our slugger boy, or our commando. He managed to run in with a flamethrower and burn it down the first time, and then we had to send him back in the second time, but his luck ran out and he died. MVP right there. Saved the colony, that's for sure. We got pretty much surrounded. The corpses are everywhere. They tunneled through the back of the base over here, came through the walls over here, down in the bottom, came through the front. It was very, very messy, but we held. We are now kicking out pretty reliably a bunch of heavy armor. This heavy armor is kind of keeping the orcs alive, but we are working on big mech tech to get into big mech brains so we can get into mega armor. And once we've got mega armor, we can start shelling that out. We are going to be working on some more DACA. With more DACA, we are going to be able to get some bigger and better guns. Even though that's research for more DACA there, we got other ways of getting it. So over here we got power weapons, special power weapons, heavy weapons, flamers, force weapons, lasers, melters, plasma. Yeah, we got a lot that we need to do, and I think getting a boss pole is probably not going to be a bad idea. We do need snotlings, and we need quite a few of them. All of our snotlings are dead. I've got killed off by the bugs, or the orcs killed them. The orcs kind of do that. They kill off a lot of their own because they like scrapping, and they are just not very pleasant to be around. For flooring, we are just using paved tiles because, well, Rimworld's still Rimworld, so you need to put floors down, and it kind of seems like something that orcs would be able to do fairly easy. Just pour some concrete on the floor and put a shape over it. Pretty easy stuff. Plan for this episode is snotlings, more orcs, more weapons, more armor, and get on to some raiding. And it looks like the first bit of action we are going to get this episode is a bunch of mechanoids coming in. So that's 3 lancers and 1 knight. So that should be fairly easily dealt with unless we get slotted in the brain. But we are wearing heavy armor, so most of the orcs should be good. I think almost all of them are in good quality now. So yeah, we've got a couple excellents, and then somewhere. No, you're not in anything good. We do have a masterwork bit of kit that has been kicked out yet, just here, which really should be on Gore Basher. But details, we'll sort that in a second, and we're going to go fight some mechanoids, which is going to be super good. Running into an issue with food because we got no one that can cook now. So our chefs have been killed off. We got 2 slaves that we are trying to convert. So we've got this guy, he is going to be our weird boy most likely. Because, well, he can do plants, which is the main reason we got him, and then he can do medical. No, we'll just leave him as a youth, not an issue. And then we got this Gretchen in here, because they can also do plants as well. Once we get to a point where we can actually find some snotlings, which will be amazing, most of the Gretchens will start to disappear because, well, we don't need them. Because we got snotlings doing most of the runaround stuff. But until then, we will actually, unfortunately, have to keep the Gretchens around, or the grots, but yeah, they're just not super useful. And as for what the mechanoids can actually do, they can hide behind the wall, shoot us a little bit, and they are doing a little bit against Kuguk, but nothing fancy. That's a nice easy cleanup. That's going to be some plasteel, some components for us, and we're also going to need to find a way. Well, it's not really to find a way, because it's going to be fairly simple to do, but we are going to need some haulers because we still have a whole bunch of kit laying around, which obviously we don't want to lose because we could use it. Funny that. Seeing as we're not really getting attacked a crazy amount, I think we should go and pick some fights. So we can do it. A mech cluster of 3 times size will be deployed nearby. Now it doesn't actually say what size it is, but hopefully it'll be quite big so we can have a decent shootout. We don't need any of this stuff up here, even though the plant skill train would be quite good. We could go for the wheel, but I think we'll go for a tech-proof persona core and a prestige recon armor excellent. And it's basically a weird boy killed a child, and now the mechs are after him. So yeah, he's not going to do any work for us. But that is not a massive issue right now. We want a shootout, and the plastic will be quite good. For the Gretchen's rooms, we have just given them straw, because that's all they deserve. Once we get a bit more steel, I think we'll just start concreting the rest of the boys' rooms. Other than Gorbash's room, who should be up here, but it's not. We're going to put something fancy in there, because he is the war boss after all. Okay, so this is fun. What we've decided to do is try and convert some of the other orcs into being more orky, because they're not orky enough. So we're doing this conversion ritual, which will happen in here. And so what we've got Gut Splitter. And yeah, we're going to go and try to convert him towards us. We're going to have to do this a few more times. We've got some other guys coming in. Maddis is doing it, but obviously he's got super low social, so this might not work too great. And Orks, yeah, social is not something that they're particularly well known for. I just kind of hope this works out, because this would be pretty cool if it does. And then we can start working through and getting all the other orcs on board, so we can go on a massive wah and start wiping out the puny humies and anything else that will stand in our way. Terrible conversion ritual. The conversion ritual was terrible from the first word. It was fruitless back and forth argument. It dragged on for a cringy long time. The conversion ritual total quality was 1.3%, determined by these factors. Madis's social impact 11%. Gut Splatter's expectations minus 10%. Ah, fantastic. So how much of a bad mood are you in? Yeah, it's a pretty bad mood. But nothing too much. I think skill trainers, and we might be onto something. And time for a few name changes. So we got Kukatov here. We are going to change that across to Basham. And it's time for a few new name changes. So we got Basham is going to be there. So that's one of the big orcs. And we have Rage Skrog. You are now going to be Terror Splitter. Cool. Or just Terror for short. Awesome. And the chem fuel delivery system has arrived. We have a whole bunch of turtles here. Or tortoises. Right, let's have a little ganders. Okay, no, that's all just 31 of them. Cool. That is a nice amount of chem fuel. And it is going to be delivered right into our base. I guess we just get ready and gun them down. Well, just thrown out there, not quite as scary as the bugs. They're not particularly quick, they're not super tough. They can bite, but that's about it. But yeah, them being so slow, it's just getting shredded. Nice, easy chem fuel delivery system. We like this. We're going to be able to sell that and hopefully get some big shooters. Oh, right, now this is something actually like quite interesting. So this is from 1.3 Ideologies, and it's Yarko Nexus. So the Union is looking to expand their territory, and they're interested in taking over this settlement with all of its wealth. If you can increase your total wealth to 3,500,000, they will take the settlement. In trade, they offer you a part of a map showing the location of an ancient architect nexus. The architect nexus is thought to be the conduit which an architect's superintelligence influences the physical world. If you could invoke this power, what happens next could go beyond physical reality. The Union has only one piece of the map, the other parts are held by other factions. If you accept their offer, the Outlanders will take possession of the settlement, including all of your items and people. They will bring 5 of your people and 5 of your animals to anywhere you want on the planet to start a new colony. Later, you can trade with others for the final 2 parts of the map. That is super cool and interesting. So that's just a easy way to keep the gameplay going and a big old end goal. So what we could do is we could just end up like selling off or enslaving or getting rid of like 4 of our rubbish colonists and just keeping 5 good ones and then start again. But obviously you'd have all of your tech and some of the equipment. I imagine you'd keep the equipment that they're wearing. That is fun. I like that. So this must be a new replacement for Ship to the Stars and the Ascension as well. That is awesome. That's actually super cool. And it looks like our mech cluster has shown up. They got an automatic ritual initiating 13 days. A high shield. But actually nothing all that fancy. We'll leave that for a little bit, and then we are just going to go in and obliterate it, because we are now crafting out, or kicking out, some crude bionic legs, and I think we got a couple arms out as well. Yeah, we do. Those orcs are kicking these out super quick. So we'll go to the mech boy, and let's go give him 2 bionic arms, and I'm sure we got someone missing a leg somewhere. And we'll just give that to them. Actually, let's just give it to the mech boy. Cool. And then Rage Walker, his arms are proper messed up. Well, actually not super messed up. He's missing left middle finger, right pinky, and left middle toe. And then Gorebuster is proper brained, which isn't great. Yeah, he got shot in the head quite a lot of times by that shotgun when he was fighting it. And then he's also missing an eye. Cool, we can sort that. That is not going to be an issue. And we're going to have a whole bunch of, I guess you call them Mega Orks, but they're definitely not going to be Mega Orks, or like Mecha Orks at that point. And our Mega Armor is coming along. Slowly, but it's coming along. And then we are going to need a boss pole as well. After this, we're going to go into fabrication. And with fabrication, we are going to be able to start kicking out the big Dakar Ork weapons. Oh, this is going to be good. Just finished the quest with the Weird Boy, which means we now have the tech-proof Persona Core. And no point waiting around, we might as well use that to now go and bash out the old Mega Armor. And I'm going to be very interested to see how much this Mega Armor costs. Technology given, Mega Armor. Right, what are you going to set us back? Okay. Mega Armor helmet. 1 advanced component and then 50 plasteel. That is not too bad. The actual Mega Armor itself, 550 steel. Yeah, acceptable. 6 advanced components, decent. 150 plasteel and then 50 uranium. Cool. What are your base stats looking like? 120 armor across the board. Minus 1.5 to movement speed. Yeah, I get that. Okay. Whether nudists will consider the item as a piece of clothing or not, nudists will never be bothered by wearing this. Sweet. Well, that's interesting. Work to make 1,250. Yeah, I think what we are going to do first is focus down getting as many bionics into the boys as we can. Because either way, we still don't have enough plasteel. Plasteel is something that we are hurting for. And also that's kind of the reason why we're going to go into fabrication. Well, we want the boss pole first. Because orcs like their boss poles. And then once we're into fabrication, we should be in a better situation. So we'll get fabrication and then we will go into advanced fabrication. Yeah, that's going to put us in a very, very good situation to kick out some awesome kit. It's going to be so good. This could be huge. Well, maybe not huge, but super good. Anyway, so we have orcoid fungal cocoons come in. These are what the orcs, snotlings, grots, squigs all come out of. So what we are going to do is we are going to put a grow zone, unallow sowing, and then we're going to put a granite wall around it so the local wildlife can't get in and eat it. And then hopefully once they have matured, we can go in and then take them as our own. So we should have a bunch more, I don't know, maybe squigs, maybe grots, maybe snotlings. But if we don't try, we won't find out. A space battle did rock in on top of us. Nothing super useful there, other than a whole bunch of ship chunks, which we are going to break down. And a whole bunch of bodies that we are going to be able to turn into chem fuel. So not too bad right there. And finally, the mechanoids have woken up, so I guess we really have no choice but to go in and take it out, because the mortar is starting to shell the base, and first round landed straight into the old Orky rec room. We'll go in, shoot it up, and you need a gun. So pick up the shooter, and let's get back over here. What we have been doing, because we've been going through the bionics, we have been able to get crude bionic ranged weapon platforms. Then he's got a bionic leg, bionic arm, bionic eye. And these ranged platforms are super cool because they add 14 shooting accuracy with a minus 20% aiming time. And then the other cool bit about it is that when they get knocked down, they don't drop their weapon. And seeing as orcs continuously are getting knocked down and beaten down, they are forever dropping their kit. So we'll do the old shoot through the wall trick. And what do they have in the way of mets? Actually, that is quite a lot. So let's all go to some sort of defensive position and send our grots over here so they're out the way. He's in the open. I don't really like our rods. Orcs are tough, but they're not invincible, and there is a lot of mechanoids right there. So let's choose a better place to engage them. Mechanoids are pulling around the corner. Semi dealing with them okay, but then we also got an orc trapped in the hallway with a cipher. And yeah, no, actually dealt with that okay. We'll pull through. Cipher's going to be stuck there. We'll start tunneling through. Everything coming along here is not going to be super dangerous, because I guess this kind of just acts like its own little kill zone, so it funnels them through. And with just the sheer amount of bullets we can put down, we are doing okay. When we come up against big things and things in armor, we'll be in a bit more trouble. And once we've got mega armor after that, there'll be even less trouble, and it's going to be glorious. But what's that? 4 pikemen and 1 lancer, and then we've got to go kill that cipher off. So let's go get Gorebuster. You go in here. I'm sure that you can shoot that cipher down before it can cause any issues. Yeah, it's a nice easy fix. And now all we've got to do is just go in and shoot up what's left of that mechanoid base. And standard Orky style, let's just run in and shoot them. No real need for tactics. That's for Yumis. Easy. Nice, quick, clean job. And now a whole bunch of puny Yumis are coming in. They try to extort us, saying that if we don't pay them, they're going to attack us. Now, I say game on to that. We need to do a little bit of stomping. We haven't been in a fight in a little while. One of the orcs has just been like half beaten to death by the other orcs, and he's missing a nose. Cool. Gretchen. You guys aren't going to be super useful in this. There is a fair amount of Yumis, and one of them has a Doomsday rocket launcher. 2 of them have Doomsdays. Okay, well that is fun. Gorebuster, I might actually need you to put on combat command. I think that makes people shoot better, so that will be quite helpful. And let's go focus down this first Doomsday. And what else have they got? Another Doomsday there. That looks like it's gearing up, and I think we're actually going to pull this way. If we pull around this corner, then anything that comes to us is, yeah, just going to be like facing down the guns, and we've got plenty of flamers going off. Okay, let's move back a little bit more so they don't get the angle on us. But yeah, that is not half bad. Would prefer if we could actually hold the kill zone, but right now just taking all of these guys out is decent enough. Nice to see that the raids are getting bigger. And we're going to need to do something with these granite statues, because Yeah, they're hiding behind them. They look good, but now the bugs are getting bigger. The raids are getting bigger. That's not great, but we did have this for bugs. An infestation of 8 hives. 14 Glitterworld medicine and 44 goodwill. These guys do drop decent kit if we can strip them before the deficit of fire kicks in. Do you know what? We will accept that. We haven't fought bugs in a little while, he says. Let's go fight some more. Okay, and this one's right in the middle of our base. Alright. Everyone into a gun line. And let's get to work. Still can't be too complacent. But let's move back here. Run and gun. This is not nearly as many bugs as we have been fighting. Glitterworld medicine is decent. And we could also do with the goodwill. We'll start picking fights with the Empire a little bit later on. But right now, we are in the greatest of situations. And wild men have wandered in. I doubt they're going to be super useful. Yeah. Definitely going better than the other episodes. Even though we are burning down half of our food supply. And how are you doing? 6 conditions. We might be able to strip some of this stuff off them soon. Or we turn them into chem fuel. It's all pretty the same to us. It seems like the marine armor's got a new skin on it. But now it just kind of looks like a pretty dodgy gimp mask. I think it's just these guys. They just look a little bit odd. And then what about you? One sec. Come on, click it. And that looks like a recon helmet as well, which has been changed up. Cool. We should just be able to run down and shoot them, because they are going to siege us. So if we don't do anything, we might be in a bit of trouble. Had another set of the old orkoid fungal cocoons coming in, so we have that walled off. Hopefully we can harvest them before they get destroyed or something. And our orcs are semi beaten up already. Who doesn't have a gun? Now we're all geared. Right, let's go shoot some more Umis. I think if we just take the corner here, keep poking our head round, and then we're going to be able to aggro a few of them in. And so long as we're only fighting them piecemeal, we should be fine. And the orcs are already fighting each other. Awesome. Love it when the orcs do that. No, you're back on draft. Keep pulling them around this way. Easy. Cool. So they come around the corner, they're just going to run into our guns. So long as we're not fighting them in like crazy high numbers, we should have this. Also, our flamers work super well at the moment. Normally not a massive fan of flamers in Rimworld, but the orc flamers are just so good. Oh, that was an easy fix up. And what armor did you have? Recon armor. Cool, we'll strip that. That will sell for a decent amount. And then we're also going to strip this guy off because I want to see what helmet that is. I imagine it's going to be recon, but one way to find out. Yeah, recon helmet with a different skin. Awesome. And Gorebuster now has his suit of excellent quality mega armor. 156% sharp, blunt, and heat resist. Nukes out his movement, makes it minus 1.5, which isn't great, but he is in mega armor. Yeah, buddy, he is going to be a nightmare to take down. We need to kick him out a helmet at some point, but right now we got a bunch more bionics to do because we've got to chuck them into the boys and the other knobs. That is not bad going. Mega armor on episode 4. Quite happy with that. This is a new addition to the mechanoids, and it is the termite, which is really good at shooting through walls. Now normally the mechanoids go through your kill zone. Turns out the termite had other plans and just blasted straight through our wall. That means it's a nice mix-up of the meta, Because now you need to design bases a little bit differently, or the termite's just going to go around your defences. So 1 centipede, 1 termite, 2 ciphers, and 6 lancers. I think we should be fine. The flamethrower is going to be pretty much utterly useless in this fight. Well, basically because mechanors are fireproof. Okay, move this way, we want you out of the fight. Centipede might be a bit annoying. Okay, Grot's out of the fight as well. Terror Splitter, how you doing? You move this way if you can. Let's move in and just punch them. Normally the best way to deal with the heavy... I'm pretty sure I told you to get out, but details. The heavier centipedes. So melee that if you would, melee there, and melee there. I wasn't tied up in first combat, they are not going to be nearly as dangerous. Yeah, they just fall super quickly. Oh, and there's one more centipede in the back. Good job this is a combat extended, otherwise that would have been us done. Just straight up done. And this looks like a new event, so we have a Psychic Bloom. A strong psychic pulse emitted by a long-forgotten entity changes the very genetic structure of local fauna. Whilst the sky filled with seamlessly ended auroras, colourful flowers started sprouting everywhere. All pawns will gain a positive mood buff for the time of the event. The rapidly spreading flowers will overgrow everything, including your fields. It will last between a few days to a season. Now, I haven't really... Oh, no. Yeah, there are the flowers. Cool. So long as they don't go into where our orc funguses are, that should be fine. And they are taking a very, very long time to grow. Let's see what this says about them. A patch of orcoid fungus spores. The basis of orcoid ecology. Yeah. Growing time, 30 days. Coolios. Right. Well, we got one guy in mega armor. And then we also picked up a couple interesting guns. So we got one of these. This is a zap gun. Which seems pretty interesting. 20 damage. 68 arm penetration, which is awesome. Burst count of 8. Not great accuracy and a respectable cooldown. And we have over here a psychic ship with 13 ciphers. Well, we might as well go over and shoot them. And that didn't turn out to plan. So we started shooting well before everyone else was in position. And so the ciphers are right on top of us. Matters is taking a bit of a kick in. Fleet out in 13 hours. 11 hours. Let's pull the grots back. And now 7 hours. Matters, mate. If you could do us a solid and get out of there. 4 hours. Well, that went really, really, really wrong. Like, really wrong. Really quickly. Right, okay. So, medical sleeping spot. Matters, you go rest there. Gorebuster, you come off here. And I need you to tend to Matters. How are these guys doing? Stable health, just beaten up. And you have 9. What about you? You bleed out in 21 hours. You are good. And where's Basham? Okay, he's over there. Somewhere with tank buster bombs. Cool. They might be quite useful. 5 hours. You actually took a proper kicking. And you lost your right ear. Gear. Drop your herbal medicine. And Gorebuster. Go back to tending him. We need Matters alive. Alright, so Matters has 19 conditions that still need tending. But what we're going to do is we'll actually send him over to a real hospital bed this time. So, yeah, he doesn't run into too many difficulties. And we just need to take this Psychic Droner down. Psychic Drone level extreme. Thankfully, Orks are not bothered by it. So it means we don't need to worry too much. We'll go over and take that out pretty soon. More of the base is tiled. So just a whole hodgepodge of different resources. I think that's a little bit more orky. We got one suit of mega armor. We've got a couple more guns, but nothing crazy fancy. And the research is going super painfully slow for some reason. And most of the boys now have bionics. So legs, arms, eyes, working on spines at the moment. But every time we chuck a new bionic on someone, another body part gets lost. Partly because of the Orks just beating each other down, and probably and mainly due to my completely incompetent micromanagement. But that's kind of the fun, I like to think. Anyway, with that, I need to bring the episode to the end, so thank you for watching the Orks of Gork and Mork. I've been Conzi. All your likes, comments, sub support have been amazing. You guys are awesome, and I'll catch you on the next one.